Welcome to Modern Retrogramming with Plasma. This is a quick walkthrough of the new features of Plasma version 2.11. Version 2.1 brought forth as a first-class Plasma programming language. Version 2.11 finally brings the triumvirate of programming full circle. Assembly language programming is supported with the ProDOS assembler, EDASM. The Plasma module was originally architected around the relocatable file format output by EDASM. So let's look at a simple, basic assembly relocatable file and loading it from both Plasma and Forth. Here's our simple little program that includes the Plasma equates so we can push values onto the Plasma evaluation stack. This module only has two simple routines to print hello and print goodbye. Here we see loading the pointer to the message, calling puts, and put line. Let's assemble that really quick with the EDASM assembler, saving the result into a module named test. Quickly assembles, exit EDASM, and now we see a test module. Let's look at a simple Plasma routine module that will import that test module and call the goodbye function. Very simple. We'll compile that with the Plasm compiler, saving that to testasm module here. Now we see we have both the testasm and a test module. When we call testasm, we see it does indeed import test and call the goodbye function. From inside Forth, we'll start that by loading also some Plasma helper words for loading modules. And here we will use loadmod to import our test module into Forth. We can verify that the module is in the symbol table. Now we create linkage between the Plasma symbol table and the Forth word, and we'll call it goodbye. And when we call it, sure enough, it prints out goodbye from inside the test module. We can also create linkage to the hello function. And here we're just giving it the same name inside of Forth, but we could call it anything we wanted. Now, Plasma extended the file format to support dependencies, bytecode functions, and an init function. So here is a version of that test module, but this one includes the extended header information so that we can also add dependencies. And here's our dependency list following that include, which has a dependency on command sys. Now command sys is always resident, so in that first version we could get away with calling puts and put line. But if we had another module to have a dependency on, we would require to add that to that list. We also see now we have an initialization routine that gets called when the module is initially loaded. Here this one will just call hello and then return a value to keep the module in memory. This is what you would want to do for library modules, not necessarily application modules that you would run from the command line. But this is going to be a library, so we'll use the mod keep return value. Once again, we'll assemble this from inside EDASM, saving the result to our test module. A little bit longer of an assembly, just because it includes those extra files. But now when we run TestAsm, we note that hello is printed out before goodbye, and that is because the initialization routine called hello. So that's how we know that was properly called. From inside forth, again, we'll do the same thing. We'll create a linkage word between the Plasma module and forth, and then we can call the functions. Again, we see hello being printed out as soon as that module is loaded. We can now create linkage to the goodbye function from inside forth. We can call that, and sure enough, it will print out goodbye. We see how basic and extended relocatable modules written in assembly can be loaded and called inside Plasma and Forth code. Thanks for watching. Hope you liked it.